Hi, I'm Brooke Cassidy with Checkpoint Software, and I'm happy to share with you our Smart Awareness solution powered by our partners at InfoSec. We offer Smart Awareness in bulk packages of 100, 500, and 1,000 seat options. Smart Awareness can be purchased with credit card or Checkpoint CLC. Hang on until the end of the demo to learn more about how to purchase. And without further ado, I'll turn it over to our InfoSec team. Today we have Jarrod Mays presenting. He's the Vice President of Sales at InfoSec. Thanks.
Thank you, Brooke. Really appreciate the opportunity to talk about Smart Awareness and how it might be able to help your organization. So without further ado, let me go ahead and jump on in. Today, we're going to talk about Smart Awareness, which is powered by InfoSec. And the general idea behind Smart Awareness is security education for every role. We understand that every person in an organization today needs some semblance of a security posture, and this is how we do it. We have a little bit of an agenda for the meeting. So we'll talk a little bit about Checkpoint Smart Awareness and InfoSec. We'll go through a brief demo where I'll actually show you the product, and then we'll talk a little bit about how you can buy. But first, let's do a little bit of introduction into what Smart Awareness is. Smart Awareness is powered by InfoSec. And InfoSec, we are an industry-first organization. Our background is in cybersecurity education. We also train employees and employers in industry-recognized certifications. We've been in cybersecurity for almost 20 years. We actually serve over 70% of the Fortune 500 companies. In our time, we've served almost 5 million learners, and we have devoted over $500,000 to cybersecurity scholarships to help people get into the industry. At InfoSec, because we have that tenure in the industry, in that time, we've learned a few things. Every person in the organization needs some ability to recognize security issues. And we also know that one size fits all is not the right approach for training. Different parts of your organization have different needs, and we do our best to reach each individual part of the organization with specific role-based and tailored training. At its heart, Smart Awareness, the general idea is we want to engage and empower the workforce. Everyone needs to be able to recognize that phishing email when it lands in front of them, and they need to know what to do when it does land there. The other thing we need to do is inspire lasting behavior change. Your employees need to understand that, everything that they learn at work, they can also take home with them to create a secure home. Building a strong security culture is at the core of what we do. We spend our time making sure that the training we provide you is engaging, that the employees constantly are looking for more, and that it is woven into your DNA as an organization. Ultimately, if all of these are effective, we reduce your cyber risk because everyone in the organization understands that they're working toward a more secure future. Now, without further ado, let me go ahead and jump on into the platform, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so this is InfoSec IQ, and this is my dashboard. From here, I have the ability to see how my most recent campaigns are running. I can see how my most recent phishing, my most recent awareness. I have the ability to send out a cybersecurity culture survey. If maybe I want to understand the sentiments of my organization about how they feel about how our organization is handling security, or maybe I want to understand, do they trust that my organization is handling security properly? I can install the Phish Notify button, the button that allows people to report phishing simulations. I also can sync my learners. Now, it is worth noting that we are a Gartner and a Forrester leader, and we stand out amongst our competitors for a couple of reasons. One of those reasons, I believe, is our content. So this is my content library. All of the training assets live here, and there are many different content types. You can see there are emails, infographics, newsletters, posters, all of this in addition to the videos that you see here. The idea is we want to create a sticky and cohesive program. So kind of envision a scenario where your employee just watched some training with a specific set of casting characters. Then they walk into the break room and they see a poster with that exact same character reinforcing the same topic. It makes things sticky, and it creates a good environment where employees are set up to learn. When it comes to creating content, the idea is we produce our content in series. And the reason we do that is because the majority of our clients are running 1, 2, or 3-year programs. So we want to make sure that the content has a similar look and feel as we go from topic to topic. And when we produce those topics, it's worth noting that we cover the NIST Core 9 behaviors. NIST, the National Institutes of Standard and Technology, has put forward these 9 behaviors that if an organization covers these behaviors, you can be sure that you're running a very robust program. So when we produce a series, we make sure that we're covering one of these topics in each of the videos. The videos are bite-sized, so you can arrange them into different courses if you'd like, or you can choose to just run one series throughout the year. It's entirely up to you. Now, I know I've talked a little bit about, the training itself, but I think it's often best that I show you. So let's go ahead and pop on into the training. All right, so first up is our Just the Facts series. And this series was designed exactly with just the facts in mind. Typically, I see this really popular amongst legal, finance, or maybe organizations that are looking to just get straight to the point. But we use a live actor, some on-screen graphics, but the idea is we really want to teach you what you need to know so you can get on with work.
So how does ransomware get into your computer? The most common attack type is phishing emails. The attacker sends you an email with a link or attachment. When you click that link or download the attachment, it automatically launches the ransomware.
So that was Just the Facts. Next up is what I would consider to be our most kind of engaging series. The idea is we want to wrap the users into interacting with the training. It makes for a really fun experience. Some of you may actually remember this. This is Choose Your Own Adventure. We actually licensed this from the popular bookmaker. And the idea is they go through the training and they're presented with decision points. So let's take a look at what that is.
To do that, I need to log into your computer network. Send me your admin password and I'll get started.
What should I do? 1. Give her the access code. 2. Deny her request.
Here, I'm actually presented with options. It draws the user into the learning because they want to pick the right choice. And let's see what happens if they pick the wrong one.
I'm sending you our network login and password now. And thank you.
No, thank you. I told you, social engineers lie to get access to your secure networks.
No! Stop!
It didn't end too well for the guy. But what it does allow them to do, if for some reason they do pick the wrong answer, it brings them back to that decision point so they can pick the right choice and continue along with training. Next up is what I would consider our most popular and universal series, and that is our Need to Know series. It's everything you need to know. It's a lighthearted cast of characters engaged in humor that is universal. And the idea is we really want to create a fun, energizing training that everyone can enjoy.
So even if your password gets stolen, hackers still can't get in because they don't have all your factors.
And then the last series I'm going to show you is actually called our Worked series. This series is very similar to the series like The Office. And we actually invited a cast and crew into our Chicago office to film the entire thing. So you'll get a good glimpse into our office. And I generally see this popular amongst organizations in the education space or organizations that have been running a really robust program and they're just looking to spice things up. But this is Worked.
Coffee guy. Yo.
Hey, coffee guy, do you have this report ready?
You know it.
I'm pretty sure that it's his password for everything.
Cool. We just need to log you into the company server. You can get type in your password. I won't look.
Well, it's coffee guy, I bet.
Wait, what?
Is it Coffee Guy?
It's coffee guy.
Oh,
That's my password for everything.
So that was our Work series. As you can see, we've got a very diverse set of series, and there are many more than what I've shown you. And the general idea is we understand that different types of content are going to be, wanted by different types of people. So we try to create styles that everyone can enjoy. So now that you've seen a little bit of the content, I also want to talk about how we serve the global market, because we understand that language needs are first and foremost when it comes to an organization with a global presence. We have over 34 languages in InfoSec IQ, and we localize those languages. So let me give you an example. The reason I picked this video is because it has a good little animation up front that involves some on-screen graphics. So let me show you. So you can see here, these are on-screen graphics. This is part of the actual module. When we do full localization, things like if they go to a coffee shop and there's a board that has the menu, we will actually fully localize the entire menu. When we hire voice actors, we actually hire voice talent from the local populace. So everything sounds natural and very realistic.
On dirait que quelqu'un a ouvert des portes dérobées du système.
Bonjour Anthony.
Bonjour. Hey, tu as téléchargé de...
All right, so now that we've seen a little bit about the content, let's pop on over to the phishing library. There are a couple of things that I consider really important when I'm creating a phishing simulation. First and foremost, the phishing templates need to look realistic, because when hackers send phishing templates, they're going to look real. So they need to be representative of what you're going to see in the wild. The other thing that's incredibly important is that they need to be timely. And what I mean by timely is that when I'm creating these templates, a lot of times when hackers are sending these templates out, they are around something that is happening. So for example, during the holidays, a late package notification is really popular. Your package is going to arrive a few days late. It causes panic, it makes you click. So we try to keep these as real as possible. We also try to give you the ability to clone things that are within your actual environment. So maybe you want to recreate an HR email. Maybe you want to recreate an email that came from the CEO. We give you the ability to do that. And this is how we do it. So what you're seeing here is an email that looks like it came from American Express. And the general idea is we give you a marketing style email editor that allows you to customize this email as much as you want. And it's very easy to do. So let's say, for example, I want to add a button. Maybe I want to change some of the text to make it a little bit fishier. I have the ability to do that. It's very easy for me. So in addition to, kind of making your own tweaks to the emails, we also have a group of emails that InfoSec takes on producing each week. We call it Catch of the Week. And at any given time, there are about 50 emails in this category that vary from different types of emails that we've seen personally, people are using to try to attack our organization, or they're contributed emails from some of our clients that maybe they think are effective. So you can see there's really no limit to the amount of emails in here, and they're all extremely useful. And you can pick any of them to send out to your people. And as I mentioned before, any of these can be cloned, any of these can be changed. And let's say, for example, I see an email out in the wild that maybe has come to my organization and I want to replicate it. We also provide you with this HTML box. All you have to do is copy the HTML source code of the email that you want to duplicate, drop it into this HTML box. We will create a one-to-one copy of that email. We actually sanitize any of the links or anything that may be actually fishy. And then you can send it out to your organization. The final thing that I think is incredibly important when you're phishing your users is that they get some follow-on training. Now, by default, each of these phishing emails comes with a default education. And the default education can range from a GIF to a video. So for example, this one shows them a quick short video about why they should have, avoided this particular email. But I can also choose. I can choose which ones I want to use. It's all up to me. So their education path is entirely up to you and how you want to run your program. Now that we've seen a little bit about the phishing, we've seen a little bit about the awareness, I think it's important to talk about the engine behind InfoSec IQ, and that's really our groups. So when you add your learners, you can add them through either AD Sync. We have a SCIM connector. We also have the ability to just upload a basic CSV if you're looking for simplicity. But once you've added those learners and you want to move them into groups, we have two different types of groups. We have static and we have dynamic. Static, these are things that won't change, typically department, phone number, title, those types of things. Dynamic is really the power behind InfoSec IQ. And when you get into your implementation call and your first setup meeting with your client success manager, they're going to help you build these groups out. So let me give you an example of how this works. So let's call this at-risk learners. Let's say, for example, I have a group of people who have failed 3 assessments on the awareness side. So they've taken some awareness training, we've provided them with an assessment, and they've failed it. Then let's say that same person has been phished 3 times. So they've taken assessments, they're not, absorbing the information from the training. They're seeing these phishing emails coming in and they're clicking on them. I've got a pretty at-risk user here. So what I can do is I can save off this dynamic group. Users will fall into and out of this group dynamically based on their actions. And what that allows me to do as an administrator is serve up training that is very specific to them. And then once they've received that training, they fall back into the regular cadence with everyone else. So this is really the automation behind the platform. You set this up once, people will dynamically move into and out of groups and get the training that they need in order to do their jobs well. So it makes the administration of InfoSec IQ very simple. The last thing I will show you is from a user perspective, because we focused a bit on how the administrators can look into the courses, look into the training. From a user perspective, each user will have their own dashboard. They'll be able to see any coursework that's been assigned to them. You can also see any previous courses that they've taken part in. It's all right here. So if they want to revisit something, they can do that. They can also see where they stand in terms of their phish rate against the organization, their report rate, right? So ideally, you want someone reporting these emails. It's also worth noting that we use a little bit of browser detection. So if their default language is something other than, let's say, for example, they set their browser language to Spanish. And let's say we have the training module that we're sending them, we have that in Spanish. It will automatically send that module to this user in Spanish. And I have the ability to change it at any time. So it makes it very easy for our global audience to administer. Last part I will show you is that, great, we've got this finely tuned machine that is running in the background. Users are getting training, they're getting phishing emails. For me as an administrator, when I purchase a tool like this, the best thing that can happen is nothing, right? Because if my users are employing the best security practices, things are going to run really well. So producing ROI or showing ROI with a tool like this is a bit difficult. So we actually created this dashboard product, and we feel this will serve all of your needs. So out of the box, we provide you with 5 default dashboards. We give you the executive dashboard, a learner scorecard, a reduce your phishing risk dashboard, an awareness dashboard, and strictly learner reports. Each of these dashboards we feel will cover 99.9% of all of your needs. But in the event you want to create your own dashboards or your own widgets, you can do that. We provide BI level reporting. So any data point within InfoSec IQ, you can extract and put into a report. It's also worth noting that each of these dashboards are dynamic. So let's say, for example, I want to drill down into sales. I can just click one button and every component on here changes to just show me sales data. So it's a really powerful dashboard, and it gives me a lot of flexibility in terms of extracting the data that I want. It's also worth noting that any of this data can be shared amongst my organization. I have the ability to schedule out these dashboards and share them with specific groups or teams. I can share them with filters applied. So let's say, for example, I want to just share the sales results with my sales team. I can do that, and I can schedule it on a weekly, monthly, or quarterly basis. So everything can be automated from that perspective. It makes it very easy to do. So now that you've seen a little bit of the platform, I think it's important we talk about where you go from there. When you sign up with SmartAwareness, your journey is really just getting started. We have an entire team ready and eager to help set up your program so that way you can start achieving your goals. From the start, an implementation specialist, their job is to make sure the tool fits seamlessly into your existing environment. And then after implementation is done, your client success managers will meet with you quarterly just to make sure that they're sharing tips, best practices, because they're also meeting with clients just like you, so they can give you tips and insights into things that other clients are doing, or maybe other clever clever ways that other clients are getting this information into their employees' hands. We are truly with you every step of the way. I think this is a very big differentiator for SmartAwareness because you do have a dedicated person who is dedicated to meeting with you once a quarter. Last, I will talk to you about I'll give you an example of a client that has used SmartAwareness before. So once you get set up, you really can expect truly great results. And Penn National Gaming is a great example. They were experiencing some of the woes that come along with a security program that was a bit too punitive and not uplifting enough. When with over 16,000 employees, their attack surface is really large. So not only did SmartAwareness reduce their phishing susceptibility from 20 to 2%, but we also saw a drastic increase in reported phishing emails. And that's a really critical factor because when people start reporting these emails, it's a very big sign that this is starting to be woven into your culture. People are recognizing these things. They're reporting them. They can see that there's a very real chance that this is a phishing email. So, we see this as proof that culture change can happen, and it can happen really quickly with our tool. Lastly, don't just take our word for it. We're trusted amongst the analyst community, but most importantly, on the left-hand side, these are our customers. So I would encourage anyone to go out, look at some reviews, see what people have to say about the SmartAwareness platform, and know that you're in good hands. That was a little bit about SmartAwareness. I'll go ahead and pass this over to Brooke so that way she can tell you about the purchase process.
Thanks, Jarrod. That was great. So as I mentioned, SmartAwareness can be purchased with credit card or CLCs. So to talk a little bit more about CLCs, they are Check Point's cybersecurity learning credits. One CLC is equivalent to $100 and is valid from 1 year from the purchase date. You can purchase CLCs in bulk packages of 10 to 1,000 CLCs. Once you acquire CLCs, you'll receive a monthly CLC statement telling you how many CLCs you have remaining and when they may expire. To learn more about Check Point CLCs, you can visit www.checkpoint.com/CLCs to learn more and reach out to account managers who can help you acquire CLCs. Once you've acquired CLCs, you can go to trainingscertifications.checkpoint.com to purchase the SmartAwareness solution. As I mentioned, we do offer the SmartAwareness solution in bulk packages of 100, 500, and 1,000 user seat options. If you have any other questions regarding SmartAwareness solution, CLCs, or how to purchase, reach out to SmartAwareness at checkpoint.com. Thanks.